Hi guys, welcome to today's session. Thank you all for your responses on yesterday. And our yesterday's quiz question was to name the strait between Black Sea and Sea of Azov. And it is Kerch Strait. That is the answer. Now let's start today's session. First question for the day. With reference to Technology Development Board, consider the following statements. Statement 1, it is a statutory body. Statement 2, it encourages enterprises to take up technology-oriented products. Statement 3, it provides equity capital or loans to industrial concerns and financial assistance to research and development institutions. Which of the above statements is correct? Option A 2 and 3 only, option B 3 only, option C 1 and 2 only, and option D 1, 2 and 3. So the correct answer here is option D 1, 2 and 3. All the above statements are correct. So guys, the government constituted the Technology Development Board in September 1996 under the Technology Development Board Act 1995. So it is a statutory body under Department of Science and Technology. It is basically to promote development and commercialization of indigenous technology and adaptation of imported technology for wider application. And this board plays a proactive role by encouraging enterprises to take up technology-oriented products and provides equity capital or loans to industrial concerns and financial assistance to research and development institutions. And recently, the Technology Development Board has approved the funding for MyLab Discovery Solutions to develop COVID-19 kits. So that was in news, and that's why this question is asked. And now our quiz question. Guys, there is one alliance. It is a not-for-profit public-private partnership company promoted jointly by Technology Development Board and Confederation of Indian Industry, that is CII. So this company aims to strengthen India's innovation ecosystem through supporting and enabling technology and innovation-driven enterprises. And what is the name of this company? What is the name of this company, which is a public-private partnership company promoted jointly by Technology Development Board and CII? So please post your answers in the comment section. We'll now move to second question. Second question is with reference to Modified Electronics Manufacturing Clusters EMC 2.0 scheme. Consider the following statements. Statement 1, it is a scheme by the Ministry of Science and Technology. Statement 2, it aims for the development of world-class infrastructure along with common facilities and amenities through electronics manufacturing clusters. Which of the above statements is correct? Option A 1 only, option B 2 only, option C both 1 and 2, and option D neither 1 nor 2. So guys, the correct answer here is option B 2 only. The Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology introduced the first version of Electronics Manufacturing Clusters scheme in October 2012. The objective of the scheme was to provide support for creation of world-class infrastructure for attracting investment in the electronics system design and manufacturing. And the scheme provided grant assistance for setting up of both greenfield and brownfield EMCs, that is electronic manufacturing clusters, across the country. And for projects in greenfield sector, assistance is provided to the extent of 50% of the project cost, subject to a ceiling of rupees 50 crore for every 100 acres of land. And for brownfield projects, 75% of cost of infrastructure is provided, subject to a ceiling of 50 crore. And I hope you are aware about what is greenfield and brownfield projects. With greenfield investing, a company will build its own brand new facilities from the ground. And from brownfield investment, it happens when a company purchases or leases an existing facility. And under the first phase of this scheme, 20 greenfield electronic manufacturing clusters and 3 common facility centers have been approved in 15 states across the country. And now the government initiated the next phase. There was a need for Electronic Manufacturing Cluster 2.0 for further strengthening the infrastructure base for electronics industry in the country and deepening the electronics value chain. Thus, EMC 2.0 was approved And the modified electronics manufacturing clusters scheme 2.0 is in line with the national policy for electronics 2019 to make India a global hub for mobile and component manufacturing. The scheme would support setting up of electronic manufacturing clusters, and the focus is on development of basic infrastructure, amenities and other common facilities. The scheme would also support setting up of common facility centers. They would be set up in an area where a significant number of existing manufacturing units are located, and the focus is on upgrading common technical infrastructure and providing common facilities for the units in electronic manufacturing clusters, industrial areas, parks, industrial corridors, etc. And this is a scheme by Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. So that is it. Now we'll move to last question for the day. Consider the following statements with reference to WHO's definition on community spread of the infection. Statement 1. Community spread is when you do not know the source of the infection. Statement 2. It is the third stage in a pandemic. Which of the above statements are correct? Option A 1 only, option B 2 only, option C both 1 and 2, and option D neither 1 nor 2. Here both the statements are correct, so the answer is C, both 1 and 2. So guys, community transmission is a term we hear on every day nowadays related with COVID-19. In the first stage of an epidemic disease that eventually takes the form of a pandemic sweeping the globe, cases are imported into a country in which the infection did not originate. And in the second stage is when the virus starts being transmitted locally. Local transmission means that the source of infection is from within a particular area, and the trajectory the virus has taken from one person to the next is clearly established. And in the third stage is that of community transmission. The WHO says that community transmission is evidenced by the inability to relate confirmed cases through chains of transmission for a large number of cases. In the simplest terms, community spread is when you do not know the source of the infection, or you are unable to trace it back to someone who has traveled in an affected area overseas or got it through contact with someone who is infected. And community spread implies that the virus is now circulating in the community and can infect people with no history either of travel to affected areas or of contact with infected person. In a situation of community transmission, it is theoretically possible for every person, regardless of where they are from or whether they have been in contact, to spread the infection. And the fourth stage is, it is when the disease became endemic in some countries. Among diseases that are currently endemic in India, meaning that they occur around the year across the country, are malaria and dengue. So that are the four stages. And regarding COVID, we have no idea which stage we are in now. The authorities are saying there is no community transmission yet, but the cases are increasing rapidly. This is disastrous. So we'll see in the coming days the developments about this. So that's all for today, guys. We'll meet tomorrow with another set of questions. Please post your answers to the quiz question and your scores also in the comment section. Thank you for watching.